Are we live? Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Cooking with Cat and Steph. Let me get this out of my system. We're laughing because things are on the top shelf and we're both short. We can't reach the top shelf. So anyway, we are so happy to have you joining us on this Wednesday. It's the first Wednesday in February. We're so excited to have you here with Cooking with Cat and Steph. So we're not really cooking tonight, but we're making a meal.
We're preparing.
Yes. And
lunch, meal, dinner, whatever.
Snack.
Right. A lot of people we've heard wants to eat those traditional things that they grew up eating, and sandwiches
are one of those things.
And so hard for people with dysphagia.
Yep. So we're going to talk through some heart-healthy ways to make something that is a traditional just lunch food or snack food or whatever it is that you call it. Let me tag some people while we're at it here. So
yeah,
we can...
I'm going to go take care of this little situation.
All right. Okay. So if you're watching live, please say hello. Please, if you want to, let us know where you're watching from. We are so happy that you're joining us. It is Heart Health Month. February is known as the month of love, right? Valentine's Day is here in 9 days. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Megan. So we want to love ourselves. We want to love our hearts. We want to get back to loving food. So let's talk. The first thing we're going to do is we have some bread here. It's just a bag of wheat bread. I like wheat because whole wheat has higher fiber, and we like fiber for heart health. So whole wheat bread is where we start. What do we do to this bread, Steph?
We dried it.
Can you hear that? Hello from Hell, Michigan. Whoop, whoop.
Very cool.
I love that. Perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to blitz some dried bread.
So we'll make the bread part of our sandwich first.
Yeah. And you can do this with just about any meat that you would typically make a sandwich out of. So you could do chicken, which is what we're going to use. You could do turkey. You could do tuna. You could do salmon. You could do...
Right. And we chose chicken because we're going to make a chicken salad sandwich. And I like that because typically we find that it's fairly easy to blend chicken smooth when we're blending it with boiled eggs.
Yep.
That the protein in the egg helps to make it smooth.
Yeah. Hey, Karen. I'm beeping over here. I gotta turn this off. It's gonna distract me. Okay, blitzing. That's beautiful.
Is that about one piece?
It wasn't quite one piece, but it seems pretty fine. Oh, there's a couple of chunks in there. Let's see what we got.
Looks pretty fine to me. And because it was so dried, you can dry it. So we dried this in a freeze dryer. However, you can dry bread in the oven, just slow and low, as though you're making croutons.
Yep.
So you can flavor your bread however you'd like.
You can buy breadcrumbs.
You can buy breadcrumbs. The only thing I warn you is look to make sure it's not filled with salt. Breadcrumbs from the grocery store oftentimes will.
And we got the Italian breadcrumbs one time and tried it.
It's terrible.
And there was so much salt in it that neither of us could eat it. And we like salt. We can handle salt. That was too much. Okay. So I did 1 tablespoon of breadcrumbs.
Okay.
And then our general rule of thumb from doing this in the past is 1 tablespoon of breadcrumbs to 1 tablespoon of warm water.
You may need more depending on the bread, depending on the humidity where you are.
But we start small.
I was gonna do the same thing.
Great minds think alike.
I know.
Okay,
Do you have
so
plastic wrap for it? Do you want- or you
we
wanna just do
might
it on
let's just do it on the plate and see what happens.
freehand it.
Yeah. So that might have been a little too much water for this bread, so we're just gonna add a touch more. So I'm gonna do, let's say, half a teaspoon more of the breadcrumbs. I didn't do another whole tablespoon or teaspoon because small is better.
Yep. Anytime you're adding a little bit, just do it in small increments until it gets to where you want it.
Yep.
I would let it soak in for a little bit.
That's what I was thinking too, because it's going to continue to thicken. So anytime you're making a sandwich, start with the bread, let it sit. We're going to just set it off to the side now. Okay. So the next step is our eggs.
Yes.
Fresh, hard-boiled eggs.
Fresh, yes. So we'll see how well they peel.
Yeah. Okay. This is rotisserie chicken. You can get a chicken breast. I like to just buy chicken breast, cook it in the Instant Pot. Shreds really, really nice, gets super tender. You can add a little bit of olive oil or whatever kind of oil you like to it.
How about that?
Oh my gosh, so beautiful. It's like you have done this before.
It's all in how you...
Take it apart.
No, you have... Well, it's about the...
She's got a strategy.
Yes, I do. This one is broken.
We like strategies. Okay. Actually, I'm going to do the lettuce next.
Okay. You go ahead.
and I
We'll
think
make the chicken salad last.
I'll do the lettuce in here. So I like lettuce on my sandwich, right? It provides some nice fresh flavor. It adds beautiful color. We have spring mix here. If you have a spot that's a little brown, just take it out. Stephanie, you have romaine, I believe, right?
I do.
Romaine is another really good option. I don't like iceberg. Iceberg is a little bit weird and is known to cause GI issues sometimes. So I usually tell people to stay away from iceberg, especially if they have GI stuff going on.
It also doesn't have a whole lot of nutrient value, does it?
It has none.
It's just like cellulose and water.
And I don't even think it has that much fiber in it.
Really?
Yeah. It's just water. Yeah. So we're going to just kind of fill this with lettuce. And it might take a little bit to get it started because it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. Yeah. Super simple.
So you could just get that, chop that up.
Yep. Okay. And then I'm going to add a splash of water. I'm really not going to worry a whole lot about how much water I add because the trick to doing lettuce for a sandwich is to add a little bit of thickener. So we have Purific. Purific is one that we like a lot. It's tasteless. It thickens consistently. It's a really good product. The only one we like better is from Dysphagia Aid.
Yes.
So, blending, blending. Okay, so chicken, nice and lean. We like lean protein for our heart health. We need the protein because your heart is a muscle. Muscle needs protein in order to stay in good, healthy shape. If you have enough protein, the protein starts in your heart and then it delivers it to the rest of your body that needs it, including tiny muscles of swallowing.
Yeah.
And the brain. The brain needs it too.
Yes. Brain is not a muscle.
Right.
But
we're going to get into that a little bit. The brain is made of fat, so we need fat too.
it's an organ.
We need good, healthy fat. We're almost there. Gonna have to blend again. I might have to add more water. Maybe not. Maybe now I have enough. And if you're worried about having any texture, you can always strain it. And you still should get most of the good stuff out of it. All right, any questions about sandwiches, ideas about sandwiches? You can do this with tomato. You can do this, you can always make a little cheese sauce to go on your sandwich. No, you can't have any. I know you like the smell of those eggs, but they're not for you. He listens so well. And he's like, just kidding, I'm coming back for more. Go lay down, bud. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend this again. And then after I blend it one more time, I'm gonna add the thickener to it.
That is
Dark.
Dark.
The greens I put in there were, like red leaf lettuce and dark
That is
greens.
good looking lettuce.
Yeah. There's a ton of nutrition in dark lettuce. My dog loves eggs too. I know, mine does too. It's good for them. It's good protein and good fat, which they need as well. So the darker our foods, the more nutrition they have. So even though it's lettuce, right? We like it. We like it a lot.
So color, eat the rainbow. Remember that.
Eat the rainbow, yes. And we don't have tomatoes right now. It's definitely not tomato season. So we don't have tomatoes, but we could do a tomato layer on this sandwich as well, and it would be wonderful.
You would have to thicken that as well. That would be very watery.
I'm having trouble with my thickener packet. Okay.
They know the word eggy, so they're running.
That's cute.
That is cute.
Okay.
He can smell it. His nose is.
He's over here drooling.
Yeah.
What a cute puppy. Okay. All right. I'm going to thicken this right up. If I can get the lid on it, goodness gracious.
You can.
My dexterity needs some work today, I guess. Okay. Shake it a little bit. There's a chunk on the side.
Yeah. You got it.
And sometimes thickener takes a few minutes to thicken, so we're just gonna set this aside and just let it be for a few minutes, just like we did with the bread.
Right. The bread may even need a tiny bit more. Well, look at there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Probably going to thicken just a little bit more.
It's so dark. And remember, we can always add a little more water if it's too thick. Okay, so I'm going to chop a little bit of chicken because these long strands, we've talked about this before, but this is what's important. These long strands, we want to break them down into shorter pieces. So we want short strands. So I'm going to take this chicken, and I have 8 ounces in here. So if you think about a serving size is about 4 ounces. So this would be enough for 2 servings. Now, some of you are looking at that like, I cannot eat that much. That's okay. You don't need to. Maybe 3 ounces is an appropriate serving for you. So this would be closer to 3 servings, just a little shy, but that's okay. But we want to get good quality protein. Mm-hmm. And here's the other thing. I have a mixture of dark meat and white meat. Super important also for blending.
Because the dark meat is going to blend a little bit smoother.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to help the white meat blend smoother.
But technically, this is going to help
tremendously.
Overall.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Karen, for the salad. Yep. And here's the thing. If you want this just as salad, then you add dressing instead of water, which we could have done.
Absolutely.
It would have added just flavor to our sandwich.
Yeah, well, we could have done vinegar and oil with our lettuce, and it would have been like dressed lettuce to go on a sandwich.
Yeah.
Either way, that would be a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. You could do ranch, you could do Caesar, you could do whatever dressing you want. Okay.
You're just not giving up today.
He's like, it just smells too good today.
And I just moved it closer to him.
Box out, box out. My basketball skills are a little delayed here, buddy, so don't try anything. Okay.
Okay, I've added a couple of sprinkles of more of the dried bread. Just because it was watering out a little bit, so I'd like for it to kind of hold its shape. Not that I want it thick, but I want it to be able to hold its shape without the water dripping out of it. So I added a little bit more.
Okay. Now, if you're making chicken salad and you want soft and bite-sized, just going through the chicken with a knife like I just did will give you soft and bite-sized. So you could make your dressing with this size of chicken if that's the texture that's okay for you. Yes, Megan, it's rotisserie chicken. I like rotisserie because it's nice and soft already. If you want minced, we're just going to throw it in our food processor and just mince it a little bit more. Now, I could do that with a knife. It would just take me a few minutes longer, which is fine.
Now, for those of you that are minced and moist or soft and bite size, you may or may not be able to handle bread. So you could potentially, if you can't handle bread is one of the hardest things for people with dysphagia. And the reason is because it can get really gummy. It can get really sticky and thick and hard to swallow. So,
and I saw comments in the Facebook group about bread. So for those of you that have questions about bread, this is how we do bread with other things if you can't quite get it to the texture that you need. So this is minced and moist, or a level, well, it's not quite moist. It's minced. It's a level 5. We just need to add the dressing part to our chicken salad in order to make it moist. Mayo is the key. If you can't do mayo, you can always try something like Greek yogurt. I suggest full fat Greek yogurt, not non-fat.
So however you make your chicken salad is fine.
Yep. We're just going classic today, just mayo and mustard. If you can handle a little bit more texture, maybe you add a little bit of relish. Totally up to you. Okay. Do we want to blend this, or do we want to make it from
I say let's blend it, because I think the concept is there that you could make your chicken salad. If you're a minced and moist, you can make your chicken salad out of this. It's just getting your chicken to the level that you can tolerate it, and then adding enough moisture with either mayo or yogurt or ranch dressing or whatever it is that you choose to make your chicken salad with. The concept is this: just put it in a little or even a big food processor.
Yeah. You could do the whole chicken. So I just shredded the chicken while it was still warm and put it in a bag. And you can do a lot with rotisserie chicken.
Put a little bit here so that we have some.
Okay. Great. So we chop this before putting it in the blender just to make it a little easier on our blender, because those blades are not very long. And
I'm gonna chop up an egg.
Yeah. Okay.
Bigger spoon.
Yes, eggs will blend easily, but if we start with them a little bit smaller, it'll incorporate a little more quickly. So we like all this yolk in there. That's good fat, good healthy fat. So let's talk. I know some of you are going, egg and heart health. What are you talking about, Kat? The egg and cholesterol myth has been debunked. Eating eggs does not raise your cholesterol like they once believed that it did. So there are other things going on in your body that are raising cholesterol. The eggs are not what's doing it. Dietary cholesterol has less of an effect on how much your liver produces than we once believed. So the important part is to lower your sugar intake, because sugar, high amounts of sugar, make it difficult for your body to process things. And then we end up with higher cholesterol, higher triglycerides, and that leads to problems with heart health and heart disease. So we want to manage sugar first and foremost. So she just put some salt in here. Same here. For some of you, you're going, no salt. Salt is really, really important. And we need a little bit in our daily diet so that we can continue to replenish, because it's something we get nutritionally. Salt is important for every single function in your body. It's important for nerve conduction. It's important for muscle conduction. So your muscles working, your blood pressure, your nerves firing, we need it for all of that. So we need salt. So also, she didn't put a ton in, right? Flavor?
I like Old Bay in my egg salad or chicken salad. So I'm
do
just
it.
going to put a tiny bit.
Okay.
That's my secret ingredient.
And she just shared it with all of you. That was very thoughtful of you. Nice job.
You know.
Nice job. Okay.
It's not really a secret.
Okay.
I did win a deviled egg contest, and I think it was because of
That's fabulous.
the Old Bay. Where's the top? Oh,
I learned that the hard way. I reduced salt too much and then I was deficient. Yes. So I had a conversation with someone today about salt, and she goes, yeah, they checked my sodium. I was feeling really weird. They took me to the hospital. My sodium was like 121. It should be above 135. So I was like, you were like almost having a seizure deficient. And she's like, yeah, it was really bad.
Oh,
So
wow.
you need to have some salt in your diet, just not crazy amounts. Okay.
I added a little bit of water because there's a lot of dry stuff.
So, lesson, we should have put the sauce on the bottom instead of the chicken on the bottom. Now you know you can do it better. And this is going to be one of those things that needs to be blended multiple times. Okay, so anytime you're blending anything with meat, you need to do this multiple times.
So I do believe that I have some chicken stock in here.
Okay. I'm going to get another spatula.
I have a little bit of chicken stock left from
Perfect.
a different project.
Yeah, I like it.
So instead of just adding water, that's not going to add any flavor or help. I'm
Or
going to add
nutrition.
a little bit of chicken stock, and she's going to push it down towards the blades.
Yep, and get it all the way down there. Okay. Okay. And you only need like one egg for this. So you can do two, but you only need one. Because I know some of you are saying, eggs are crazy expensive right now. Steph and I had that conversation yesterday.
Yes.
So we feel your pain. We get it.
Okay.
More liquid or more mayo?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think we just need to blend it again. Maybe a little more liquid.
I don't think it was, yeah.
It wasn't all incorporated all the way.
Let's get some more.
Okay. So the other piece to this is trial and error. As you're trying to figure out what works, you may need to add and subtract, or add and add and add until you get it to the thickness that you want. So here's the other great thing about chicken salad. If Stephanie adds way too much broth to this, it's fine. Because we have this great stuff called breadcrumbs that we can throw in there to thicken it back up to the texture that you need it to be. And then we get some of that bread in it too. Okay.
Oh, man.
It jammed. It's too thick. We'll give it a minute. It'll be fine.
I just need to stir it. Our biggest mistake here was putting the chicken in first.
Yes. Both of us have had brain taxing days, and so we were not on our A game when we started. We apologize.
Wednesday is not usually my rough day. Today,
I'd like to say it's not mine either, but with my new
It is
schedule,
now.
it's going to be. Yeah. Which means coming to do this for you guys is the best part of my day. I mean, it looks like this would be a great minced and moist because it's pureed for the most part. It's just not smooth.
True. Let's see if I can get this to go. I may have to put more liquid. Whew, fingers crossed.
Nope. Dang it. Okay, well, here's the thing. We got another blender.
Well, let's do this one.
Here, you want to pour that in my... Yep.
In your champagne glass?
My champagne glass? Yes. What's better than bread in a champagne glass? I mean, come on now. I'm going to get a little dish to pour our lettuce in. And then I'm going to rinse out this blender for our last project of the day.
Ooh, did I get you?
You got a drop on my knuckle.
It's on your lapel
all right.
too.
It's all right. Everything is
pulled the cat
washable.
there.
You did.
What the
Usually
heck?
that's my job.
I know.
Oh, this is going to be so beautiful. And I wouldn't know it was lettuce if I hadn't made it myself.
It's almost black.
It's so dark. But it's going to be super flavorful in the sandwich. And it's going to have that cool, refreshing flavor, which is going to be really great. Okay, I'm going to rinse this while you are working on that guy. Okay, so what if you only have one blender and you can't swap blenders like Stephanie and I are doing? Then you pour it out into a bowl, you clean your blender out, and you pour it back into your blender.
And then, and add some more liquid, which is, here's the top to that one. There it is. All right, here we go again. Now it's going. It just needed more liquid. It's blending very well.
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. This blender, I expected it to happen to before that blender, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised that one did.
Yeah, usually the Ninja Blast doesn't have that issue.
It looks really smooth.
Okay. Yeah, it looks beautiful.
This
Can
is
y'all
still
see
watering
that?
out some.
It's moving a little bit. So I would even say this is going to move once we put it on the plate, and that's okay.
Just a little more. I'm thickening up my bread just a tiny bit more. I'm going to show you why. So I'm going to put the bread down on the plate and make my piece of bread. So whatever level you're at, you may still need pureed bread because bread can be very hard.
Yep.
It can be very scary,
Yep.
particularly white bread.
Yep. Because it's like glue.
It's gummy.
So gummy and sticky.
Okay, so can you see that? We've got so much stuff here.
I know. I don't know what happened. I didn't think it was going to be this much stuff, and it turned into a lot.
Kind of messy.
Okay.
A bit messy this day. Okay, so our chicken salad on top of our little piece of bread.
And you could do this in a dish like this.
Absolutely.
You could do this, you could do it, I think the first time we did it, we had a lot of servings. And I think we just did it in like one of those 9x9 cake pans.
Yeah.
And we layered plastic in it, put the bread in the bottom, I think it was turkey that we did that time.
Yep.
Turkey down, put a layer of cheese sauce down, put a layer of tomato down. That we did the same way we did the lettuce. Did the lettuce, put another layer of bread on top. And then we chilled it. We flipped it out of the pan and then cut it into squares and served it because that was in the nursing home in like 2017 that we did that. So,
Do you know, I got a warning today that my email was full and I couldn't receive anymore. So I had to go back and delete old emails. Do you know how far back my emails went?
2017.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Very nice. Very nice. And this lettuce is thick, so it may not spread very well. It would almost be best if we got a little plastic bag and cut off the tip and just piped it on there.
But, yeah, but this is fine. I mean, lettuce typically goes on
haphazardly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for demonstrating the bread part. I forgot some of the steps. The bread has to be really small particles, not chunks like I made it. That's true. So like this, what was in the bottom still had a
We could have
piece.
blended it again to make it even finer. So the more times you blend it before you hydrate it,
The better.
it will be. So here we are with our...
Karen says, Steph, you have company. I have way too many emails and old ones too. Yep.
I caught myself, and maybe that's why my day ended up the way it was, because I was reading old emails and like, oh, I forgot about that.
That's so funny. Okay.
All right.
And I think if this had tomato on there, it
would be even prettier.
Really beautiful too.
Pickles. You could put pickles on it. You could put whatever you would put on a sandwich.
Let your imagination be your guide.
Absolutely.
Because you can do almost anything with a little bit of thickener and a blender when it comes to the veggie part.
Right. So now you can put another layer of bread on top. I personally think the open face style is great because then you just eat it. You don't have too much bread.
And what we know about layered sandwiches, for those of you that are new, you get the most flavor from the layer that's on the top. So whatever you want to taste the most, that's what you should put on the top.
You could even put a layer of mayo.
And guess what's high calorie?
Right.
If you need high calorie, add more mayo.
Add some more mayo. I'm going to taste it.
Let's do it.
Let's taste it quick and then we're going to get to dessert.
We got to get to dessert, yes. Okay. It's very smooth. The bread on the bottom smooths out any of the chicken that may be not smooth, but it was all smooth to me.
Yes, yes. It is all so smooth.
And the lettuce just tastes nice and fresh.
The lettuce adds such a freshness to it. So good.
And I think that when it comes to pureeing foods, we forget that we can still do fresh things.
Yes. You don't have to settle for
prepackaged, store-bought stuff. Okay, let's do dessert.
Let's do dessert. Okay. So Valentine's Day is coming up. So I know that some of you are going to either receive goodies, yummies, or make goodies or yummies for your loved ones. So I have something here that...
Chocolate peanut butter brownies.
It's actually a brookie. You can't tell that the cookie part is on top because the chocolate chips melted in it.
So dark chocolate has antioxidants.
And it's good for your heart.
It's good for your heart. And peanut butter is not great, but it's not terrible. And it adds great flavor and adds more calories. So for those of you that still need calories, we talked about fat being important for your brain. The fat in peanut butter actually helps the inflammatory process. So when you need the inflammation to happen, it can. That type of fat helps it. The types of fats that decrease inflammation are omega-3 fats. So we're talking walnut oil, chia seeds and flaxseed or flax oil, salmon, cod, fish oil supplements, omega-3 supplements, that sort of thing. So we want all of them. We want all of them. Those decrease inflammation. So
put it in.
Brookie?
Yes.
I'm going to break it up. It's so soft. This should blend really well.
So I'm going to go ahead and put milk in.
Okay. And we can always add a little more, right?
So, well, I want it to start soaking into that brownie.
And what flavor is this?
Salted caramel.
Salted caramel chocolate peanut butter. Protein. smoothie dessert.
Yes.
I can't wait for this.
Who's in?
This smells delightful. Rule 1, lightly salted caramel. Okay. And I'm not going to put a whole scoop.
There's a little, I'm almost out of milk, but I can definitely.
So I've got about half a scoop of the protein powder here, which is 12 grams of protein. Okay. Because we've got protein in our chicken, we've got protein in our egg, so we're getting good protein. So we don't need a whole scoop with our dessert, but it's not going to hurt us to have 12 grams of protein in dessert.
Right.
You can also do this for breakfast.
Yes, you could. And actually, because you're indulging in the sweetness of the brownie, adding something like protein.
Preach it. Yes, say it. It's the best thing you can do. It's adding protein to anything that has sugar is the best thing you can do. It helps your body process the sugar more efficiently without raising your blood sugar crazy. And some of us still want dessert. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
The dessert piece sometimes adds and does more for your mental health than anything. Chocolate helps with serotonin. It makes you happy. It's the happy hormone, or one of them.
Kind of like chicken strips and
Tater tots sometimes.
tots.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Blend again. It's getting smoother. I can hear it.
yes.
Okay.
So you can hear those. There were chocolate chips in it, mostly melted, but
You can't see them, so you wouldn't even know.
it's because they melted before it baked.
So the brownie itself is going to help it thicken. The protein is going to add the right amount of protein. The milk has protein too. So this is going to be a nutrient dense. It's going to be higher in calorie because it's got the fat from what's in the brownie. It's got a little bit of fat in the milk.
And you could add fiber to this with inulin or acacia.
Absolutely. And it would increase the fiber by quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had fiber in our lettuce. We had fiber in our bread, in our wheat bread. We had protein, lean protein. We added a little bit of fat in our mayo. If you're really concerned, you can get mayo made out of like olive oil, and that's going to be heart healthy as well. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So we want to show you that things like chicken salad sandwich are doable. You can still get chicken pureed smooth. And if this wasn't smooth enough, all you have to do is puree it another few times. You may need to add a little more liquid, and that's okay. You gave me way more than you.
Well, it's milk.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
I'm not going to drink a whole lot.
I like this better than that. I mean, I know this is in that, but
It's the caramel really
elevates it.
overpowers the other flavors in it. And it's delicious.
I think for Halloween, not last year, but the year before, we did a candy bar smoothie.
This is better.
Same concept here, but yeah, this is way better.
This is really good.
Okay. Get your protein in. Eat whole foods. Eat real foods. I think the most processed thing we had today, right, was the brownie. That's fine. The bread is processed, but sometimes you need a carrier for your chicken salad or your tuna salad. So choose a bread that's higher in nutrients. We want those breads that are higher fiber, like wheat bread. You could add the tomato. You can add
You could
things.
just blend lettuce and put your chicken salad on top and have a lettuce and chicken salad, chicken salad.
Yeah.
Chicken salad salad.
Chicken salad on a salad or a wrap.
If you don't do bread because even pureed is too hard, there is a way to still have your chicken salad.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. My computer is about to die. I forgot to plug it in.
Well, we're done, so
the
that's okay.
timing is great.
What questions do you all have? Okay. We're here if you need us. We will be back next Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're happy to answer any questions you have. We're trying to get to your questions in the not in the membership. We get to those questions too.
In the group.
In the group. Because we've seen a lot of questions lately. Everybody has a lot going on, whether it's themselves or family. We're here for you.
Right. And so next Wednesday is 2 days before Valentine's Day. So if there's anything specific that you would like for us to cover in order for you to have a fantastic Valentine's Day, shoot us an email or send us a message. Put it on this at the end of this video.
Yep.
We want to help you out.
Yep.
We will do it next Wednesday.
We will. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Stay warm out there if you're in a place that's getting freezing rain tonight. And be safe. We'll talk to you soon.
Are we getting freezing rain?
I don't think we are, but around us is.
Oh.
Yeah, I think we're going to get lucky. That's my hope.
Bye, y'all.